Good morning from the National Weather Service office in Lake Charles. I'm meteorologist Donald Jones, and this is your weather briefing for Friday, April 28th, on the potential for some severe weather this weekend. But before we get to the severe weather, it's going to get quite windy outside. So let's start by taking a look at that. An area of low pressure developing across the Four Corners region of the United States this morning will gradually push across Texas this afternoon, and that'll tighten the pressure gradient across the region. The result is going to be very gusty and strong winds as we go through the day today and then really throughout the entire weekend. For today, we're going to be looking at gusts of about 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting up to about 25. And then tomorrow, winds will be even stronger with 20 to 25 miles per hour sustained with gusts to 35 miles per hour possible. And that'll continue in about the same range for Sunday as well. Now, we do not have a wind advisory out for the area yet this morning, but one could be issued later on this afternoon and is very likely to be issued for tomorrow. A wind advisory is issued when we're expecting sustained winds of at least 20 miles per hour across a large area. And that looks like that's going to be the case Saturday and Sunday. As I just mentioned, the reason for these breezy conditions is the area of low pressure you see centered across Texas in this map here, and this is the forecast for Saturday. And as you can see, we're expecting the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms across the region as this area of low pressure and the associated cold front approaches the area. Now, these severe thunderstorms are going to come in two waves, with the first wave coming on Saturday afternoon and the second wave coming on Sunday as the cold front actually moves through. The storms on Saturday will have the potential to produce large hail and damaging winds. We're not really expecting a large tornado threat out of this particular severe weather event, but then again, an isolated tornado or two can't be completely ruled out. But the primary threats at this point appear to be damaging winds especially, and then the possibility of some large hail as well. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted most of the area in either a marginal or a slight risk for severe weather, with just the extreme northwestern portion of Tyler County in an enhanced risk for severe weather on Saturday. A slight risk means that short-lived or isolated intense storms are possible, with 1 or 2 tornadoes and hail of 1 to 2 inches. Whereas a marginal risk is a slightly lower risk category, 1 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center's categorical scale, and that's a much more isolated severe weather threat, and that extends across much of southwest Louisiana. On Sunday, our severe weather threat's going to be a little bit different. Rather than individual showers and thunderstorms, we'll be looking at a squall line develop and move through the area along the leading edge of a cold front. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about squall lines, we're expecting damaging winds to develop along the leading edge of the line as it moves through. So there's going to be about a 10 or 15 minute period there as the leading edge of the squall line moves through where we could potentially see some damaging winds. And then within the squall line itself is where we'll have the potential to see some large hail or even an isolated tornado or two. Again, the tornado threat even on Sunday is expected to be fairly low, but the damaging wind and large hail threat will exist. This is the Storm Prediction Center's categorical outlook for Sunday. You can see most of the area is in a marginal risk for severe weather, with the extreme eastern parts of the area across south central Louisiana just touching the slight risk area, which is the higher risk area. So now let's take a quick look at the expected timing for the squall line on Sunday. And again, this is subject to change because we're still talking about 2 days out. It's very difficult to get an exact timing of storms like this more than just about 24 hours in advance. But at this point, we're anticipating the squall line to begin moving into southeast Texas sometime during the early morning hours, perhaps just before sunrise. So we're looking at anywhere from about 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then moving into southwest Louisiana during the early to mid-morning hours, and then moving out of it by early afternoon, so about between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m., and then across Acadiana, we'll be looking at the squall line moving into that area around 1 p.m., and then moving out of it by about 6 p.m. into southeast Louisiana. Again, these numbers are subject to change, but just kind of gives you a general idea of when we're expecting the line to move through. Taking a look at the forecast rainfall totals for the period Saturday and Sunday. I realize the graphic headline up there says just Sunday, but this includes both Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be looking at anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall across the region. And we generally say that for locally higher amounts, we want to double those values. So we could be looking at anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches of locally higher amounts across the area as we go through Saturday and Sunday. especially across areas that see multiple storms on Saturday. The squall line, while we do expect it to produce some very heavy rainfall, probably won't last too long, so most areas will probably pick up a quick inch of rain as it moves through, but flash flooding is not really expected to be a significant concern with this system. So to summarize, windy conditions will develop today and continue through the weekend. We're expecting sustained winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour with gusts to 35 miles per hour, with the strongest winds expected on Saturday and Sunday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop Saturday afternoon, and some of these storms will have the potential to be strong to severe. Again, the main threats are going to be damaging winds and large hail, but an isolated tornado or two can't be ruled out. Then a squall line will develop and push through the area on Sunday with the cold front. Some storms with this squall line will have the potential to be strong to severe, again with damaging winds and large hail. And rainfall totals for the weekend will be in the 1 to 2 inch range, with locally higher amounts of 2 to 4 inches possible. For additional weather information, please visit our Facebook or Twitter pages at the websites listed on the bottom left corner of the screen here, and we hope you have a great weekend.